Hi everyone, this is the first video that I'm making where I'm talking to everyone directly. Previous videos have always been me practicing yoga, so this time a friend of mine told me that I should make a video talking about the things that I've been doing in Delhi so far. Recently I attended an Ayurvedic diet workshop at the Shivananda Ashram where I'm practicing these days, and I found that session to be extremely informative, and I'm working on the blog for it, but I thought before I actually finish the blog I should just share maybe 5 tips with everyone about what they can do, what kind of changes they can make in their current diet so that their diets are more in line with the Ayurvedic way of thinking, Ayurvedic way of eating. So, the first thing that I wanted to talk to everyone about is nuts. I've taken notes on my BlackBerry, so I'm always going to be referring to them. The first thing is that you should always soak your nuts before eating them. Things like almonds, peanuts, walnuts, everything must be soaked to take out the toxins before you eat them. If you don't soak them, the toxins remain inside the nuts and then they go into your system and you are doing more harm to your system than good by eating the nuts. So you always want to make sure. In India we always do this. We soak almonds overnight and in the morning we peel them and eat them. That is actually good for you. So always soak your nuts. As far as peanuts are concerned, yes, you can soak them, but you must always roast them before having them because peanuts are the nuts which have the maximum toxins in them. So you want to make sure by roasting or even by frying, although I'm not a big fan of frying, but that does eliminate a lot of the toxins which exist in the peanuts when you get them from the market, raw peanuts. So always soak your nuts and always roast your peanuts before eating them. The second tip I want to share with you all is that you should put your cooking oils in the fridge. Olive oil, sunflower oil, everything should go into the fridge because when oils sit outside in the sun, they come in contact with air, the environment around us. It dilutes the nutrition that exists in these oils, and therefore they're not as effective as they would be. They're not as nutritious. They don't remain as nutritious as they would be if you were to store them in the fridge and just take them out whenever you need them, as and when you need them, and use them. So always put your oils in the fridge. Okay, the third point that I wanted to tell you all concerns milk. I have always told all my students this, that milk is not good for you anymore. In Ayurveda, milk was considered to be a sattvic food once upon a time, but recently Ayurvedic texts have been rewritten wherein they have said that if milk comes from a healthy cow, then it is good. But if milk comes from a cow that is injected with hormones, a cow which doesn't eat properly, a cow which is not treated properly, then that milk is not sattvic milk. The cow's mind is not at peace, the cow's body is not healthy, and therefore the milk that the cow gives is not sattvic anymore. And so what you're consuming basically is milk produced by a cow who might have eaten its own feces, who has been fed a steady diet of hormones, who doesn't feel good. Cows are not happy. And therefore the quality of milk does get affected. So I would suggest that you look for plant-based options, plant-based milks. Almond milk is good, coconut milk is good. You can look for other sources of calcium in your diet. But milk that you get in the market, if you don't know where it's coming from, what kind of cow it's coming from, then I suggest that you don't have it. In the session, they even went so far as to tell us to make friends maybe with a local farmer. In India, it is possible. You make friends with a local farmer and have a deal with him that he will give you fresh milk every day, and that milk is definitely good for you. But the milk that you get in the markets, in the packaged milk, that is not good for you. So tip number 3. Stop consuming that kind of milk. Fourth tip is that your body does not digest cheese. Now, cheese is also a milk product, but your body doesn't need cheese, and your body doesn't have the ability or the enzymes to digest the cheese that you put into it. Therefore, it passes through your digestive tract as is. It does not get assimilated into your system. So if you were to have cheese the night before and the next morning if you were to examine your stool, you would see cheese as it is in the stool. It does not get digested. It's not getting digested, it's not useful for you, so you need to think about whether you want to consume the cheese. So I would suggest limit your intake of cheese or eliminate it from your diet entirely if possible. Okay. Final tip is about flax seeds. Flax seeds are a good source of omega-3 fatty acids. That's the good fats that you need. And flax seeds, they told us in the session, they are also a good replacement for eggs. So for people who are pure vegetarians, who don't get any protein from eggs, who don't eat eggs, or who are allergic to eggs, you can have a dose of flax seeds every day. You can use flaxseed oil in your diet for cooking or just to sprinkle on salads. Flax seeds themselves can also be sprinkled on salads. I always carry a small container of flax seeds with me, and I just have them on the go. Always make sure to drink a little bit of water as soon as you're done chewing your flax seeds and ingesting your flax seeds. So these are the 5 tips that I wanted to share with everyone, because I think these are tips that everyone can utilize and everyone can enforce in their diets right now.